Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we are looking at a place where, architectural scale just completely meets consumer psychology. We're talking about the Dubai Mall.
And right away, you have to say, it's so much more than a mall. The word just, it really doesn't do it justice.
No, it doesn't. When we looked at the sources, they're not really treating it like a retail space. It's more like a highly controlled, climate-managed city.
A massive piece of public infrastructure.
Yeah.
That's a much better way to put it.
Exactly. So we've pulled together a whole stack of articles, some research notes, and our mission today is to, cut through the noise. We want to find the most surprising, the most essential bits of knowledge about what makes this complex, which is sitting right next to the Burj Khalifa, so much more than just a place to shop.
And that context is so important for you, the listener. This thing is, by global metrics, one of the largest shopping malls in the world.
Right.
And its location in downtown Dubai, that's no accident, being next to the world's tallest building, immediately makes it a kind of global hub.
And our sources confirm the whole strategy is really built on three huge interwoven parts: shopping, dining, and then entertainment and attractions.
It's a completely integrated ecosystem. It's designed to capture you for, well, a lot longer than just an afternoon. It's a destination.
Okay, let's unpack this. So let's start with just the retail, the sheer scale of it. The number that just jumps off the page is over 1,200 stores.
Yeah.
That is an almost impossible figure to even visualize.
It really is. And, that number is more than just a boast about size. It's a very deliberate retail strategy. What's fascinating from the materials is the mix of those 1,200 stores. They clearly weren't aiming for just one type of shopper.
No, definitely not. It's a very
No.
specific blend.
Precisely. You have these huge, sprawling avenues that are dedicated just to ultra-luxury brands. We're talking Gucci, Louis Vuitton, Chanel,
The big names.
the big names. That's for the high-net-worth crowd, for the global tourists who come looking for those specific labels. That's what gives the mall its pedigree.
But it couldn't survive on that alone, right? The daily traffic it needs, you can't get that with just luxury.
You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
And the sources really highlight this balancing act. Those luxury wings are strategically placed near and are accessible from just massive sections of popular mid-range stores.
So your Zara's, H&M's, Sephora.
Exactly.
Mm.
The foot traffic generators. It guarantees that every single income bracket, every shopping mission, whether you're just running an errand or you're there for a once-in-a-lifetime purchase, is covered.
And that dual approach seems to be the key. You have the high-end aspirational brands right next to the mass-market accessible ones. It creates that constant high volume of people.
It does. But think about the logistics of that.
Mm.
Managing 1,000 different retail operations.
It must be an absolute nightmare.
Well, the sources emphasize the zoning. The mall is broken into these functional segments, not just for looks, but for logistics. You've got Fashion Avenue for luxury. You have other areas that feel more like a high street.
And what about tourists?
Yeah, they even have specialty retail areas, a bit like Dubai Duty Free, aimed squarely at international visitors. It helps people navigate, but you're right, the underlying infrastructure to make all that work has to be more like running an airport than a shopping center.
Okay, so after you've wandered through this maze of retail, you're going to be hungry. And the dining options have to match that scale.
They do. The density is just staggering. We're talking over 200 cafes and full-service restaurants.
200. Wow.
And it's a necessity, really. If you expect someone to spend, say, 6, 7, 8 hours in your building,
They're going to need more than one meal.
they'll need options.
Hmm?
For meals, for coffee, for snacks. And just like the stores, the dining is not one note. It covers the entire spectrum
From fast food to...
to a multi-course fine dining experience. Absolutely. The goal is to cater to every schedule and every budget so that nobody leaves just because they couldn't find a place to eat.
And one little detail in our notes really stood out about the dining. A lot of these restaurants, they're deliberately positioned to offer these amazing views of the Dubai Fountain.
Yes. That's such a smart move. It's taking the idea of location, 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 and applying it to every single table.
So you're not just selling dinner.
You're not just selling dinner, you're selling a front row seat to one of the city's biggest spectacles. It turns a simple meal into an event, a premium experience.
Yeah.
And of course, it encourages people to stay longer and probably spend more.
Here's where it gets really interesting. Because, look, if it was just 1,200 stores and 200 restaurants, it would still be enormous. But the real deep dive starts when you look at the entertainment.
This is the core of it. This is the synthesis point.
The sources basically describe the mall as an indoor entertainment city.
Exactly. I mean, when traditional retail started to struggle globally, the response here wasn't to scale back. It was to hyper-invest in things you just can't get online. They effectively replaced the old department store anchors with massive entertainment venues.
Okay, let's just run through the list because it's kind of unbelievable. First up, the Dubai Aquarium and Underwater Zoo. And we need to be clear, this is not just a big fish tank and a wall. The sources describe it as a giant aquarium. It has walk-through tunnels, sharks, rays.
Just think about the engineering. I mean, you are supporting a complete marine ecosystem with massive filtration and life support systems inside a retail building in the desert.
It's an infrastructural marvel that just happens to be next to a jewelry store. It completely changes what a mall's main attraction can be.
It does.
And then, completely defying the local climate, you have the Dubai Ice Rink.
The ice rink, right.
And again, it's not some little pop-up rink. The sources specifically note that it is an Olympic-sized skating rink.